Hello and welcome back guys. So today I'll be showing you this workflow that automates trying and analyzing competitor ads. So if you have an dropshipping business, an e-commerce business, or thinking about starting your own, this workflow will be for you. So let's begin. So we have to get a couple of things. First off, you need an Apify API token. So to get that, just go to Apify, log in with your preferred account, and go to settings, go to API in integrations, and you'll have your token here. Just copy it, we'll use it for later. With the API key gotten, the next thing that I want to show you in Apify is our scraper. It's this, the Facebook ad library scraper. We chose this because of multiple reasons. The main reason is that it's cheap. It's 1000 results or ads in our case for barely $1, $0.75. Here are the stats. It's lightweight and it's fast. And the good thing is that it's readily available. The alternative was going to use the Meta Ads API, and that has complications of its own. It's free, yes, but once you get it, you have to get another permission, and that permission takes time to get approved. And if you know commerce, time is money. So it doesn't help us. We just use this. Let's cut the bullshit. We use this. And Apify gives us $5 for free. And it resets. So if you know how to use it, technically you won't pay a cent. With that, just take your Apify API token again, go to settings, API integrations, and copy this, and we go back to the workflow. Now, first of all, the first node is a basic LLM chain. How do we create the basic LLM chain? Just go here, write basic, and you will have. Then you can give it any model of your choosing. I chose Gemini, so go here, write Gemini, and you will find. Add it here, give your credentials to use the model, the API key, and everything, and you're set to go. So that's the basic LLM chain, how to set it up. Next, what does it do? The job of this is it takes a competitor's product name, and along with the original, it generates 3 variations. But first, where do I get a product? Well, it's simple. Just go to a site called Calculator. Most people just take the products here and sell them. Just copy this, and now if we go into the prompt, which is customizable, I set the 3 variation along with the original name, just for brevity to show you. But as you can see, I instructed it. You're gonna get a search term, give me the product name, 3 variations, here are the guidelines. Again, this is customizable. You will find all of these prompts into the asset later on. And the result is I already executed it. I gave it a name and description, the one that's in kilo data, and it returned a JSON with the original name and 3 variations. So the next node is this. It's a code node. I named it split. To get the code node, just go to the plus, write code, and you will have. Now that we have our code node, you will paste this code. Let me expand it here. You paste this code. Again, you will find this code in the assets, so don't worry about it. What this code does is, let's go back here to simply explain, is that see the basic LLM chain gives us a JSON object, but that object contains all the name and it's one. This code basically just separates the search terms that we're gonna use later. Again, let me show you the code. As you can see, it parses the LLM response, then it separates. Again, you will find this code in the asset. Now that we have our search terms, next we're gonna set some variables. How do we do that? Well, it's simple with the set variables node. Shocking, I know. So to do that, just let's pass, right, set variables. It's edit fields, set variable. Alright, for us, we're gonna use the search term and we're gonna use the Apify API key token. So 2 fields. Now let's delete this. So if we open it, as you can see, 2 fields where the first field is for the search term that we get from the previous node. So just click and drag this, put it here, and give the field a name. I named it product name. So when the output is gonna come out like this. And the second field, which is very important, is where you put the Apify API token that we got previously. If you don't remember how to get it, just go to settings, API integration, and just copy this. So paste it here, again give it a name. I need Apify token, and for each search term, now you will get this, the product name, the Apify token. It's very important to set these variables because In the next node, we will need them, especially the Apify token. And with that, we can move on to the next node. Now, next up are these two nodes, the loop node and the HTTP request, which is the scraper. So first, the first node is loop. If you don't know how to get a loop node, it's simple. Just open that up, write loop, and you will have it right here. Delete there, replace me, and how to wire it up. You know, a lot of people have issues. I have issues occasionally with hooking it up, but the logic is simple. Let's take the 4 items that we get from the set variables node. All right, so all of them enter the loop node. You see the loop node has 2 outputs, one for the looping and one for the done items. All right, so the 4 items enter here. It starts with the first. The first, it goes to the desired node that we put. The node does its job, return the results of the first item given to that. So with the first done, the second, same process, third, fourth, and so on and so forth. Again, it's simple logic, but it's so simple that you might forget sometimes. But that's basically how it works. So the next node is the HTTP request node. So press the plus, HTTP, and request. You will have your own node right there. So how to set it up? Well, since we're going to call the scraper now, we go to here and there are fields that we need to configure. First, the method is get. Second, you paste this URL right here. There are no other URLs. All right. Next up, no authentication, of course, and turn on send query parameter. Using these fields below, just name it token and click and drag this Apify token that we made before into here. So every time it loops, it gets the search term, which I will show you down below, and the Apify token. And now, finally, we move on to the body. Activate send body. The body content type will be JSON, and you specify the body using JSON, of course. So if we go into the JSON itself, this will be the same. Don't worry, you will find it in the answer. The only two things that might change is this. After the US and Q equals, you put your product name variable or whatever you named it, the one that has the search term, all right? And the count, this one. This represents how many ads it will get, all right? So 10 is the low. And I try to go cheaper, but unfortunately, 10 is the lowest you can go, and the maximum is 1000. But for the demo purposes, we keep it at 10. And that about does it for the curve course. I run it to save time. As you can see, for the first search term, it got 10 items. It means 10 ads. The second, same thing. The third, same thing. But the fourth, I didn't find any ads for it. But this proves that people use AI. Again, the more variations you have, the more competitors you will find and analyze and spy. So keep that in mind. And with that, we're done with the lower half. Oops, I kept this one. It's now time to move on to the top half. Now, moving on, we see that we put a loop node again because we have 31 items and we need to go through all of them. So a loop node is the one that we need. Same concept as before, just a loop again, plus a loop, there you go. But this time we're gonna put 3 nodes inside it. An LLM agent, another code node, and an Airtable node. We put those and then we loop right here. We will now go through every one of these new nodes. The first node is the AI agent node. To get this, just go to here, AI agent, and you will have, again, simple, easy. Just give it a chat model. Go with Anthropic or whatever chat model you're going to use. I went with Gemini in my case, and there you have it. You have your own AI agent. All right. So what does this agent do exactly? Well, is our intelligence analyst. What do I mean by that? You see, the first loop gave us 31 items, correct? We can verify here, all right? 31 items, and it loops on them. This agent will take the contents of each item thanks to the loop, and it will analyze it, organize it in a way that can be used later on for the Airtable and give insights on each article. Of course, I give it rules. These rules are mostly for the Airtable so that the types don't conflict. Of course, you will find this prompt and other prompts and code in the assets later on. So let's just go, for example, the first one, and it gave us this. This whole JSON will later on be passed to the code node next to it and will be reformatted to fit into the Airtable. Now, next up is the code node I named it map. You know this song and dance by now. Plus code, this one, and boom, you have your code node. Alright, let's dive into our map code node. Let's see what it has. Alright, you might see this script, but don't be overwhelmed. It's a simple script that does a couple of things. So, first off, it takes the output from the LLM, which is our agent, and extracts it. Then, what it does, it safely parses it as a JSON because the LLM technically outputs a string, but we told it to put it in a format JSON. So it easily extracts that JSON. Next up is that it maps unknown to does not exist. So some products don't have ads. So when the model analyzes it, it returns unknown as a stat. But unknown isn't in the Airtable. I put it does not exist. So to avoid that, I just in the code routed unknown to does not exist. And then it flattens and maps all nested variables into single objects to be placed in the Airtable. So that's how the map code node works. To see it, as you can see, let's take an example, a working example like this. All of them are working actually. The model outputs something like this. And the result after passing the code node is we get a JSON with all of these objects and it has their values. This will make the Airtable easy to map. So yeah, now finally we can move on to our final step. But before that, we have to make a small detour. That detour is in Airtable itself. We have to do a couple of things. So the first thing is you have to create your DB and table. So press the blue button, build an app on your own. Don't use this. So press it and boom, you have an entitled base and a table. So if we go back to our actual one, I named it add analysis. And when we open it, we'll get our table. So this is a previous execution. Now you have to create the field, all right? So the first field is search term. It's a single line text, all right? So when you create a field, let's show how. Press the plus, and first you have to write the type, single line text, and then you can give it the name, all right? So that's how you create a field. So let's go one by one. Search term, single line text, add status. It's a single select this time, and you need to add these three options. Active, inactive does not exist. Platforms is a long text. Campaign duration is a single line it takes. Entity type, single select, where it's a regular page, person profile, business page, or unknown. Add these options. Contains sensitive content, it's a checkbox. Contains digital created media, again a checkbox. Is AAA eligible, checkbox. Total active time, this one is a number. Correlation count and ads count are the same. The numbers is deemed fine serve. This one is a checkbox. The next one is limited delivery. Again, a checkbox. Gated type is a single line text. And inside 1, inside 2, inside 3, these are long text. And finally, timestamps is date. And the final ones are profile URLs, media URLs, landing pages, and library URLs. All of these are URL. Create these fields to have your Airtable ready. But before we leave Airtable for good, go to your account and we have to get the API. Go to Developer Hub, create token. As you can see, I already created ones, but let's do one from scratch. Give it a name, give it a scope, and of course, you add a base. Like, which one will it work on? All right. With that, create your token and copy it, and we'll use it later. With the Airtable done, let's go back to N8N, and here you will create your Airtable node. So just press Airtable, and you will have to choose the action. Choose create or update a rep. So let's go back to our finished one. Create a new credential, of course. Paste your token. So when you do that, the operation is create or update. The resource is record. To pick a base, choose from a list, and you see all your bases right here. Currently, my token only has that one base. And of course, the table. Map each column manually, and all you have to do now is just take these and put them where they belong. And there you have it. You're all set. All right, let's take it out for a spin. So I cleared my Airtable. Let's use this product. It's a different product. The Labubus, I think they're called. All set. I don't know. I don't care. I just want to spy on people. Let's open the chat. Let's clear the executions first. Open the chat, give it this, and we watch it go. All right. So if we check, it generated 4 variations along with the original. If we check here, 1, we got 10 items, 10 ads for it, 1, 7 ads, and 2, unfortunately, were empty. Well, as you can see, it's going, spinning. All right, guys. So it's done scraping and spying. Let's check out our Airtable. So you can see we have all of these, and we got the search terms, we got the ad status, we got the campaign duration on all of these stats, and of course the insights and the URLs. Let's pick a URL from here. Let's go with this one. And when it opens, it gave us the ad. Of course, we are planning to improve this even further. This is just the first step. So guys, I hope you stay tuned for that. And that about wraps it up. So if you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, comment down, and subscribe. If you found this helpful, consider becoming a member. It's only $20 a month, and you get present and future workflows. And we already have a member, John. Thank you very much. And of course, join our community. It's free. You find like-minded individuals, and you will find us there helping you guys out if you encounter any problem. And as a special announcement, we are making a Discord server, so stay tuned for more info on the community. So that about does it. Thank you guys, and goodbye.